Hi everyone, welcome back to Henley Aquatics. So this is now the second month of the fish room. It is currently now May 3rd, which means that at the beginning of a new month, we cover last month's version of our tour of the fish room. The new things we did, the changes we did, the fish we bred, if we did breed any, which we actually kind of did some of our snails laid eggs. And so one thing to keep in mind is I haven't been making as many changes and improvements and adding as many fish as I want to do this month or in April. And the reason why I actually make these videos like for tours is I just cover last month's changes and upgrades. And the reason why I didn't do much the past month, you might notice, and there's still a little issue we're going to solve when you buy a few things on Amazon, and it's going to solve some air issues we have with our aquariums. And so we still do have a little bit of issues, but the thing is I haven't been working that much in the fish room. I've been working on some other stuff. I've still given the tanks the necessary attention, but I haven't been doing too much. Like there was about 2 weeks where I really didn't do too much, or about a week. I really didn't do too much to the tanks. And I have some air issues, which is hurting the filtration. And I'll cover that in a minute. But I'm gonna walk through all the changes and like some of the fish we have and some of the new plans I have with like improving the fish room. And by the way, by the end of this month, like by the end of May, for reviewing the May tour and while doing the May tour of the fish room, it's gonna look a lot different, and I'm just gonna say right now, maybe like a rainforest. And so yeah, we do this every month of some of the changes we did, but I won't be putting too much effort into editing this video because I don't have as much time and not too many things have changed in the fish room. We just still have some things to work on. So let's get right to it. So first of all, you might notice a lot of our air tubing is off. So we have air tubing connecting all of these. And if you look up here, we have all those dividers. They are coming off consistently because our splitters, they're not barbed. And so we used hot glue recently and it only fixed it for a day, and then it consistently started happening. So I keep fixing it. So what happens is we have sponge filters, right? So the issue was we need air for our sponge filters, right? So when we don't have air, there's an issue. So that's the one with splitters because it covers all these 10s. That covers the 20, and the 40. And so we have two bubblers in there, one and one, and then one for the brine shrimp container. So yeah, I need to fix and work on that one. I have had issues with this, but I fixed it, whatever. Anyway, so these are on a 24/7 setting where it gets blue at night, evening, and sunrise is gonna be like yellow, and it rises and dips like sunlight throughout the day. And so it kind of helps the fish, especially these rams, which the male's coloring up. I made a post on that once, but okay, there we go. We got full light there. So I kind of disrupted that, but I'll turn it back on at 10. I just choose the time and military time, and then it just works. So yeah, first of all, we call this the 20-gallon A, and we got a bunch of neon tetras in here and reticulated hillstream loaches. We got 4 wild reticulated hillstream loaches. We bought 20, but we actually got 21. But aside from that, we have an entire jungle of Vaccinaria. But here with the German blue rams, I'm documenting the entire journey of like breeding them and setting up their tank. So I got to setting up their tank, and I recently propagated some bacopas. There's one there too that maybe got propagated. But yeah, I propagated it, and I had maybe one, no, I had 3 in total extras from just this tank. They're not doing the best, except for those are doing pretty good. These aren't doing the best, but they're starting to bounce back. My water lilies are doing pretty good. The main point is the females are too young. I think there's one dominant male, but there's a female right there, and then I think there's maybe another male, but I think it's a female, so I'm not quite sure. I also had some guppy grass, but it's starting to grow. I put some right here in the ground, and they're starting to grow roots, so it's growing like crazy in this tank, so I kind of propagated it over here, and every now and again you'll see some aggression. This guy thinks he's king. Other than that, there's a bushy-nosed pleco in here, and yellow mystery snail in here. I think, yeah, where is he? Back here. Yep, back there. He's doing just fine. I recently scrubbed the walls of these tanks because we do have nearite snails, 2 and 2, I believe. But I think they're still getting ready, but I think they're doing a little bit of work, but not too good. Maybe they are, but once we add more plants, because these are relatively new, that's gonna stable it out. And it's also gonna take all the food that algae would have. I think we have green spot algae, and that's the issue. That's why they help, the nearite snails back there, if you see one. So yeah, we also have a fruitful plant 3.0 down there for these tanks. These are breeders. We only have this one. This is my first like kind of setup. It's been going for a year and a half now about. This has been going for over a year, and then these are just about a month. These are less than that too. And so actually, yeah, those are a month, yeah. And then these are grow outs. So they were running like a couple weeks ago, they were running like very good for like a day, which is actually impressive because these keep popping off, but it's no big deal. We don't have any fish in these, and I've not been too good at this, but I want to wake up in the morning and work down here and just work in the fish room and then just chill. And because I really want to start adding plants, this is my main plan. I like to, in these videos, I like to cover like what my future plans are with this fish room. I was thinking of adding some, I'm not gonna tell you exactly what yet, but some sort of out of water ferns that we may or may not have on our property, and I could bring them right up here. And it's just gonna look really nice. Probably in here, maybe some pothos, but we'll leave that up for a video. I might make an entire video on that. I actually have a video going for this where we're running it. I just have a few things that I wanna improve on so I can just work on the snake a little bit, but there's a video upcoming on this. It'll be out there soon. Yeah, the video about this will be out in probably a week or so. I'll try and start posting consistently more, but I've been working on this tank, and oh my God, it's growing even more. But so pretty much it was just like this before I did that. And then I compacted it a little bit so it wasn't up front as much and out there. So I compacted all this guppy grass back, and now it's just like expanded and grown back. And also at the same time, I added this log, and yeah, the point is, and it's added a bunch of tannins, but this is, main point is, this is growing like crazy, so I'm starting to sell it. And then right here, we got our brine shrimp. It looked like they've hatched, and I usually use 3 times more of that, or about 2 times, but I actually want to introduce more because I realized that I don't have enough. So because this is kind of my 3rd time with you know, the brine shrimp, They've just not been too successful, and so I've just been restarting them. I got them about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and so this is my 3rd time, and I want to have success growing them a little bit larger so I could feed them to my rams and neon tetras. They'll be best and most nutritious once they're right after the hatch or so, because they have the yolk sac or whatever. Actually, I'll put a half of a spoon in there of extra eggs. Just I kind of think we need a little bit more because they hatch in like 24, 48 hours. And so, yeah, this is gonna be my 3rd time, and I just really want to grow them larger because I think like these are way too small for German blue rams and other fish. Yeah, so we got a bunch of plants in here. I don't need to cover that, but it definitely has some tannins. And currently, right now, we sell $2 a piece, dwarf Sagittarius. We haven't had as many customers lately. We also recently, this is our new product I started selling actually, maybe yesterday or the day before. I think, but it's guppy grass, $1 a piece. I also have some bulk deals for pretty much all of these, especially for our red cherry shrimp, or actually they're in here and they'll come out, especially when I feed them. So I think we have one of our brown mystery snails died, but we still have their eggs. They should be hatching very soon. So I'm gonna take a look at that. So yeah, I think I've been doing a really good job of just keeping them there and just like not splashing with too much water. They're humid. So good job on that, I think. But yeah, we have one dead and one alive brown mystery snail. We also have another dead blue mystery snail, and we had them for about 2 months now. We still have 2 blue mystery snails in here, a yellow and brown. So we lost 2. We still have 4, and we did lose one near snail because we bought him about like 3 weeks ago now. 1 out of 12, but we lost that first day. And then yeah, we have forgot to mention in here we have 8 smaller, but they haven't been growing too much. Common plecos. But other than that, we have a bunch of red cherry shrimp in here, just a ton. I need to start selling them more. So the thing with the red cherry shrimp, they're of the fire variant, which is why I call them fire red cherry shrimp. They don't like selling live animals. So on Facebook Marketplace, they won't let me really sell them there. So I've gotten violated a few times when I try to post there. It's just, they've just flagged my listing and then just, made it unavailable, deleted or whatever. And here, we have a male German blue ram. So yeah, he's right in the back there, if you can see him. I'm probably not too good with B-roll in this video, but yeah, we got a blue mystery snail and a blue one back there. And right here, I'm just saving some dead snail shells right there. And the reason why the bubbler isn't going, and I just shut it off because it's just loud. So those tubings up there, they just like came off, so I'll be repairing them. But yeah, we have like a on and off light here that doesn't like have any other settings, We have a Hygger HG978, and these are, I think, Hygger Advanced, so I think full spectrum right here, those two. And then we got a Fuval Plant 3.0. I had a dimmer one here because I want to keep some of my plants like Anubias, Java Ferns down there because they're vulnerable right now and they are dying, maybe. It's just hard to keep them alive. I'll just probably move them. I just don't want any snails on them. I move them to a more dimmer place that has less lighting, to a different tank, and so they won't really get any of that green spot algae issues. Sorry if I'm moving the camera too quickly, but actually I still need to show you our fish room upstairs. But my main focus right now is brine shrimp because they're the core. I need them to help condition these fish, neon tetras and German blue rams to help breed them. And we got a bunch of other storage up there. It kind of looks like a fish shop. So that said, I'm gonna show you my breeding facility up in my bedroom, just for neon tetras. All right, so if you go in here, I set this up like almost exactly a week ago. It doesn't look the best. Hold on, let me just do this real quick. So yeah, I have a light bar. I usually have it for there. It comes with 2 mounts. I used to use it mostly right here, the background and my desk. So yeah, it also works here. There we go. Oh, this looks terrible. So first of all, we have the conditioning tank, 5.5 gallon. I've had it for a long time. Actually, that gooey stuff, it comes off wood. I think biofilm it's called. And check out that sponge filter. It is crazy. But a lot of this peat moss took a long time to fall down and all this stuff hasn't yet. That's the one interesting thing about peat moss. These are the 2 breeding containers and oh my God, they're not doing good at all. Anyway, that's the plan. See you guys in the next video. If you enjoy our content or want to see future videos or have questions, feel free to comment. And if you enjoy our content, of course, then make sure to subscribe. See you in the next video and peace.